Hello and welcome back to another video, this time looking at some Final Fantasy XIV news. We knew it was going to get announced eventually, but we finally have the Moonfire Faire special site posted up on the Lodestone, link in the description, and we got some nice new patch artwork for that particular event. We have what appears to be two sailor boys, lifeguards maybe, chilling out, relaxing, helping people not die by the poolside. We've got some beautiful artwork here. Mikote having fun, water spraying everywhere. Rugadin, if you want to pronounce it that way, looking pretty beached, honestly, like he's had enough. Lalafell exploding out of the water jet, and then just someone chilling out at the back there. So, of course, it says, a time to thrill, a time to chill. This is taking place on August the 13th, which is, of course, a Wednesday. This takes place at 1 a.m. PDT and lasts until Tuesday, the 26th of August at 7:59 a.m. PDT. It takes place in Limsa Upper Decks, is where we pick up the quest from Mayoru Moyoru, if I could read that correctly, just at the aft castle, so you can teleport straight up there. And the quest is Dressed to Protect. If you haven't heard about this year's Moonfire Faire, Mayoru Moyoru will steer you in the right direction. You need to be level 30 at least to be able to take part in this event, and the reward for this singular reward is a 4-piece glamour set. Let's zoom in as much as we can to get a decent sort of low resolution demonstration of what this looks like. So we got 4 pieces. It is called the Maritime set. We have the Maritime Mirrored Sunglasses, which is a piece of headwear. We've got the Maritime Top. We've got the Maritime Shorts, and we've got the Maritime Sandals. It's definitely something. Obviously, we've got the wetwear underneath here, like we've got a diving suit underneath this jacket. Sort of lifeguard attire, I guess. Every time you see a lifeguard on like Bondi Beach or something in Australia, they do appear to have this sort of reflective mirrored sunglasses. Yeah, I don't know. If you want to look like a lifeguard, I suppose this might be for you. Maybe you're a lifeguard in real life. This would probably match that, so you could be one in the game as well. Am I a massive fan of them adding more glasses to headwear rather than just adding it as facewear? Probably not so much anymore, quite honestly. I think that the facewear option is far superior, and maybe event items should just come with a set of gear and then a facewear option, because those would be really cool to have as facewear, but it does take up the entire head. You can also notice that they've got a visor command here, so that they are normal, and then visor command pushes them on top of the head, similar to the the endless summer glasses, things like that. I think that's probably the only reason I would go for these, being like headwear. But these days I kind of like combining facewear and headwear together. I think it's a much better system. Got these neon symbols or words that we can't really understand what that says on the side of a wetsuit. And, a pair of thongs, that's what they call them, isn't it, in Australia? The sandals. So, yeah. Am I disappointed? I mean, I expected something, like a glamour set, fair enough. Is it my cup of tea? I don't know, honestly. I'd have to see it in the game. I'm not a fan of sandals. Probably the headwear and the jacket are going to be pretty useful, maybe, depending on how the back of this looks. So we're just going to have to wait and see. It says certain items available during previous iterations of the event can also be purchased via Moonfire Faire vendors. That's usually fireworks and things like that. I'm looking forward to another Moonfire Faire. Hopefully the jumping puzzle is back. I'm not really sure what they're going to go with the maritime theme, but I'm excited that it exists. So yeah, another glamour set to add to our armoire. So there we go. And it's double dye, which is always useful. But here's the thing with double dyes. With this jacket, will the wetsuit be the dyeable pattern as well as the jacket's main fabric? Or will it be this neon color and leave the wetsuit black underneath? That is the question. Like the sandals you can kind of understand, like the green bit, probably dyeable. The straps, probably dyeable. But then you could also argue that sometimes it's unpredictable, and some sets have like the worst possible dye you know, inlay. I don't know if you've seen, but they've added double dyes to a lot of gear in the game, including PvP stuff. This is example, the prime example I can think of the striking set, the late Allegan striking set. These legs. So the second palette option that they added in 7.3 was these tiny little rivety buttons. That's awful, in my opinion. I think that's just so weird to have as a second palette. So, you know, going back to this image, it could be this little writing sticker as the second palette. I don't know. Again, we'll have to wait until it goes in the game. Same for this text here. So either way, excited for another in-game event, more in-game rewards. Yes, please, rather than on the cash shop. But yeah, it's going to be limited for me. Maybe you're into this. I'm less into this as a style. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.